We need to learn a little bit about the memory structure inside of a router or a switch, because this is really important when you begin to configure it. First of all, there is a ROM module, and I don't have that listed here, but it holds the base configuration, the default configuration for the machine. And when I first start up the machine, whatever's in that ROM is copied over to RAM, so that now I have a configuration file in RAM. And the configuration file in RAM is called the running config file. So I can actually look at that running config at any point. Let's just go ahead and click here and do show running config. Actually, we can just call this show run, because earlier we learned we can use shortcuts as long as it knows what we're talking about. And I'm going to go ahead and press the enter key. You'll see things like, oh, here's the default host name and so on. But if I click the enter key enough, you'll discover, hey, interface FA00 has an IP address set. Well, that's because I set that IP address in an earlier video. So I altered running config. Whenever you type commands and change something in the router, you're altering running config. Well, that's fine, except what happens if I turn the router off and back on? I've lost all of this stuff. So if I want to keep it, I'm going to copy it into another type of RAM called NVRAM, or non-volatile RAM, which doesn't go away when the computer starts. So let's take this running config here, and I'm going to copy it to startup config. Now we'll get to that command a little bit later, but now it is in startup config, and if I do show start, you'll discover that sure enough that IP address is there. And if I were to shut down and restart this router, let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to shut it off, and now I'm going to turn it back on and go back to the command line here, and you can see it's rebooting. And we'll just wait for a moment for it to reboot. All right, let's click in there and get started. Show start, and now you'll discover that in my startup config, sure enough, I have that IP address already there because I copied it from the running config to the startup config. If I had not copied it, it would be gone from here, and it would also be gone from the running config, so that I would have to start all over and reconfigure it again. So this is the part to remember, that startup config is NVRAM, running config is in RAM. And when you first start the machine, ROM is copied into running config, and then once you save it to startup config, then the next time you start the machine, it will look first to see if there is a startup config, and if there is one in NVRAM, it will load that instead of what's in ROM. And there you have it. Those are the parts of memory.